Hi everybody. This is a really last minute impromptu stream. I hope you guys are all doing well. I have some news and I wanted to share it with you guys. And I hope you're all doing really good. And my whole family may come home. Hey Jen, how's it going? So let's hang out. How's it going with you? What are you up to? I'm gonna do a little book altering and chat with you for a few minutes because I am not going to be around on Friday, and I wanted to tell everybody about it. So I am. Hey. So I know I'm scheduled to stream on Friday, but I got such a huge, exciting thing happened to me yesterday that I'm not going to be around on Friday. So for those of you that were counting on Friday, this is going to have to take place for Friday until I get back. The good news is I'm going to Bogota, Colombia, going on a trip, an unexpected trip. Hey, tell me who's here. So I wasn't expecting to go. So, this is how I should know my life is. Those of you that watch my channel and watch me, you totally know that I am like I live Lucy and have my Lucy moments. So, as sure as I am going to stream something or make a set, I'm going to do this. Of course, like I was invited. I was actually a very dear, wonderful friend of mine gifted me the trip, so I'm super excited about it. So I promised you guys I would do a couple different things on Friday, so I'm going to try and do a little bit of that now. So if you guys, I know, right? I'm so excited. I leave in just a few. I leave like in, let me see, let me figure it out. I leave in like 5 hours. It was like yesterday she just emailed me and she said there was a specific conference happening, and I generally attend every year, but this year just wasn't it didn't look like it was in the cards for me, and she just texted me late last night my itinerary. So I know, right? I'm so excited. So I promised you guys we'd do a couple things, so I'm gonna keep my promise. I also made a bunch of little tiny videos, little short videos for you guys to watch. And I'll try to set them on automated, however that works. I don't really do that well either. So for those of you, the last live stream we had, we made this book. Oh, let me show you how it came out. This is, I haven't totally finished it, but you can see the charms. I worked on it a lot more, and you can see the charms. Isn't that cool? And so I've got a lot more to do on it, but the tags I've made a bunch of tags, and I made a bunch of charms to go on the tags, and I think they came out good. And did I already pack? Yeah, I'm a fast packer. I used to travel a lot, so I don't take a lot, so I packed. Have my passport, I have all my stuff. I'm just, I did some stuff that I had to do before I'm ready to go, but I'm super excited. Anyway, I get to see some dear friends, and that's just so, friendship is like for me everything. So anyway, so I wanted to show you guys I haven't totally finished the tag book, but you can see the dangles on it. I don't know how well, can you see them? It's like hard for me to tell. Yeah, I think it came out cool too. I'm like so excited to finish it. I haven't, I want to do some other things. I just haven't. I thought I had a little more time. Hi, Denise. This is your first, Danina. It's your first one. Well, welcome. So, this was the tag book that we made, and if you guys didn't watch it the other day, go back and make one with me. It is so easy. All you need is a book, really, a book and a hole punch and some little pieces of fabric. I made the tags. The tags were all made out of painted book pages. And the back is pasta boxes and cereal boxes. And then I did some with brown paper, like the brown paper, the grocery bags that you get. So I did that too. So I'm excited, it's like, I think it's coming out really cool. And I'm liking the way it's looking. And, I haven't done anything to the cover yet. I still have to figure a closure out. Any sort of input you guys have, I'm always open for that. Because I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it. So, the closure part. And I'm going to make this my gratitude tag journal. Anyway, so I promised a few of you that I would show you how to alter a couple of books. Or how to gut a book. And I know a lot of people get a little nervous about that, and it's just so easy, okay? So I'm going to use a craft knife. So tell me what you girls are up to. I want to hear. I'm excited about my little adventure, but I want to hear about your adventure. And I'm a little sad I'm not going to be around on Friday, and if I could figure out a way to stream from Bogota, I would, but the time difference is crazy there, and imagine I'll be really jet lagged, so... But I'll be back in a couple of weeks, so I did make a few little videos. Jennifer, what are you working on? Danina, what are you working on? S. Robinson, what are you working on? And shout out and tell me where you guys are from. I always love to hear where you're from. I live on the beautiful island of Maui, so I love to hear where you guys are and what you're doing. So I promised you guys we were going to make an altered book, and... let me see if I have the one. I started one. I was going to finish it with you guys. I don't have it in front of me. I'll look for it in a few minutes. I'm going to start gutting these books, and then I'll look for the altered book that I was going to make with you guys on Friday. So it's super easy to gut a book. The first thing that you want to do when you're gutting a book is you want to open it, and you want to take, this is called the flyleaf. If Michelle's here, she's the one that told us. The flyleaf. You want to take the flyleaf and the second page that's next to it. And what you want to do is you want to go to where the spine is right here. Okay? Hey Donna, you're from Georgia? Awesome. Jennifer, where are you from? Danina, where are you from? And if you guys have told me earlier, I'm sorry. My mind doesn't always hold true. You got books and you want to make them for Christmas. Oh, that's awesome. Junk journals for your kids. Oh my gosh. I have done that and it's so much fun. You know what? You can make it out of any kind of paper. It doesn't have to be made out of junk mail. I made one that if it's close by, I'll show it to you. I think I've showed you guys a few times. I made one for my daughter, and it's made out of all kinds of old book pages. I just don't see it. You're going to love that. El Paso. That's right, Jennifer. El Paso. Awesome. Yeah, you know what? You could, okay, Danita, you're right. You could probably have bought them cheaper than you want to buy things, but you know what? In the end, it's handmade, and you made it with love, and that's all that matters. Lancaster, California. Awesome. Okay, so let me show you. These are just Reader's Digest condensed volumes, and I like them because the cover's kind of already done for you. So if you don't want to do any more than, you know, gut it and then start making your junk journal in your pockets and stuff, it's almost a done deal. Okay? So you do need a craft knife or a mat knife. I couldn't find my tiny one. This is some big utility knife that I have. And what you want to do is you're going to cut between this page and that page. You can even probably go one more page over. But you don't want to cut between the flyleaf and this, because if you do, sometimes it rips it up. It doesn't mean that you can't take this out later. It's just, you know, that's just what works for me. So, okay, so Danina's saying, yes, so when the day comes that you're not here, they'll have it. You're right. You know what? It is, my kids, one of my children, if you guys ever watch all the videos on my channel, I'm not telling you to watch them all, but if you watch the one, Junk Journal is a coffee table book, that's one of the first junk journals I made my kids. And my oldest daughter used to live in Chicago when she was going to graduate school, and she moved back here for a little bit, and she brought all her stuff, and now she's moving to Japan. So when she brought it home, I showed it to everyone. I was so excited that I had it back. But the really funny thing, she didn't write anything or do anything in it. She liked it just as it was, and it sat on her coffee table in Chicago. And her friends would come over and look through it. And I made hers with a lot of really cool blank paper, right? A lot of watercolor paper, tracing paper, copy paper, all different types of paper so that she could draw on it. She's an amazing drawer. She's like draws and beautifully, but she liked it just the way it was. Now I have another daughter, and she drew all, she colored. I've made her 4 or 5 since that first one that I've ever made her, and they love them. And I agree with you, Deneen, they will have them forever. So who's gonna get their books with me? So you just want to take it right to the edge, and you just want to be careful and just go very slow between those 2 pages until it starts to come up. And you don't want to press really hard, because you can actually cut all the way through the book, and you don't want to do that, right? Because you want to, the whole point is you're trying to get it away from the, you know, but what's really cool about it is that even if the spine's not good, you can still use these books. This one's newer than the ones I usually get. The ones I usually get are like so awful and rotty. Do you guys ever get that? So the ones I usually get are like the ones that are like totally falling apart. But now I have the lady at we have like a little used bookstore near where we live, and she saves all these for me, and I make a donation. All the proceeds go to fund the public libraries here. So I make a donation so that this one's like a newer one. So tell me what else you girls are making. Tell me what else you've got going on. I want to hear. What are you guys doing on your lovely Wednesday afternoon? Me, I'm just packing, you know. I got up, actually when my girlfriend texted me, she texted me late last night, so I packed last night. And I actually didn't, it's only like almost 10 o'clock in the morning here, and so once you get it started, can you see, like, after you've done a couple of swipes, I don't know if you can see this in the book, can you see it starting to lift? You know, be just gentle, because the older the books are, the easier it is to cut through the spine. So you just want to be careful, especially if you want to keep it intact. Now, if you don't want to keep it intact, if you're going to make one of those flag books like we made, are you making pocket letters? I love making pocket letters. I haven't made one in eons. And can I tell you, get a good craft knife, like use a good one. Like if your blade's dull, get a different one. And that's probably the problem with this one so much, and plus the book is nicer than normal. Usually the ones I get are not, the glues come up, you know, from the, and just go slow until you get it down. You're in a CD challenge and you just finished. Oh, tell us about your CD challenge. I want to hear about that, Jennifer. First of all, what is a CD challenge? Can you tell me? The thing with taking your books apart is don't be in a hurry. You know that I've been in a hurry before, and then you get to the very end and then you pull it and then you've ripped it and you ruin the back end of the spine. What's a CD challenge? Usually I stream much later than this, and so today is like so early for me, but I didn't want anyone to think that I didn't want to keep my word and doing it on Friday. It's just I was so excited to share my news with somebody, you know. I was so excited to share my traveling news. And as one of my friends said, just think of all the stuff I can bring back. Hey Robin, how are you? So I may look for a sharper. I may get up and look for a blade. I can't see what you guys are writing. Sorry. Now, I keep all of my pages. Oh, now look at this book, okay? Here I'm spending all this time cutting it out of this side. But look at this side. This side was already rotted. Okay? So, I can still use it. I can still cut it apart, and I can still use it. And I can, in fact, if I can find my tape, I can show you guys what I do oftentimes. Especially if, and this happens when you collect old books. This book was like from 1965, so it's not new. And let me just finish this side, and then I've had this happen to me a couple of times with Reader's Digest. Have you guys had this happen? Hey, Catherine, how are you? All right, girls, this is like the perfect book that you spend all this time trying to get one side, and then you look on the other side, and it's totally split. That is so, those of you that know me, that is just so me. It is so I Love Lucy, so me. So, what are you up to, Catherine? What are you up to, Robin? Now, I keep all of these book pages, and I keep all my book blocks. Hey, Lisa, this is impromptu. I would have told you yesterday if I'd known. Okay, so Jennifer's telling us the CD project or challenge is get a recycled CD, decorate it. It needs to have a pocket on one or both sides. Oh, very cool. So, Lisa, I was sharing with everybody that I won't be around on Friday. So, I promised a couple of people the last live stream that I would get a book. So, that's what I'm doing now. And, of course, I've gotten it almost totally apart, and then I'll show you what happened on the other side. It was already that way. I guess I didn't look at it very closely. I'm not going to be around on Friday. You're watching YouTube all day. YouTube can suck you in. YouTube is amazing. Hi, Lana. Okay, so after I spent all this time gutting one side, the other side was already rotted. Now, you can still use it. Cut it the same way. Go past the flyleaf. Go past the next page, which I can't remember what the name of that page is called, but if Michelle is here, she'll tell us. So for those of you that want to watch my live streams on a regular basis, I try to usually stream on Fridays. I stream on Fridays at like 3 o'clock my time in Hawaii, which is like 9 o'clock Eastern time. I don't know what time it is, because we don't have daylight saving time here in Hawaii. So I don't know, what time is that in California? Are you guys 3 hours ahead of us or 4 hours? I think you're 3, so that'd be 6. So anyway, I keep the book blocks. Keep them. I make beads out of them. I make pockets out of them. I make all kinds of stuff out of them. I keep the book blocks. Now, sometimes with these old Reader's Digest, the book blocks aren't worth keeping but I do go through because they have some cool illustrations, and I keep the illustrations. But I don't keep all the other stuff. It just depends upon if they're eaten up or, I live in the tropics, so not everything stays pristine. So Lisa, anyway, my big surprise was, so every year around this time, I go to a conference, and it's somewhere different all the time. And this year, I didn't think I could go. And honestly and truthfully, it was really all about finances. It was just, I have 2 kids in college, and it felt a little selfish, and anyway, so I had decided I wasn't going to go, and I had decided that I just wasn't going to do it. And a really dear friend of mine last night just wrote me an email, and she said, it's not going to be the same without you, and here's your ticket. So she gave me that as a really nice gift. So I packed, and I'm leaving in a few hours to go to Bogota, Colombia this year for this conference, and I'm super, super excited, and I get to see all my old friends, so that's why I won't be around here on Friday. So you're 3 hours, yes, you're 3 hours behind Eastern Standard Time? Okay. Eastern Daylight Time? Okay. Hawaii never changes. Our sunrises and sunset vary around close to the same. It was a great friend. Can I tell you guys, I have some of the best friends. I really do. And I'm really grateful. And I'm super excited to go. Of course, I wasn't prepared. I would have made them all some present or something, but I wasn't prepared. So, not prepared. So, sorry, the puppy's here and barking at who knows what. So I just want to say, don't be discouraged if this happens to you. It's perfect that it happened to me, because I spent all the time separating the front and then the back wasn't good. You can still salvage this. Do not throw it away. What you may have to do is, you may not be able to use this leather, but you know what you can do with these? I've made some cool tags with them. Has anybody made any cool tags? It's so kind of her. Tell her we all said thank you. I will tell her. She's so awesome. Can I tell you, I was so surprised. Of course I cried. You know me. If I was crying because somebody gave me a journal, you know I was crying. Somebody gave me a plane ticket. Save these. You can put them in your junk journals. You can use them as tags. You can add them to all sorts of things. I keep and I use them sometimes in my collaging. So keep these. Do not throw them away. And I don't have any book cloth here to show you this time, but I'll keep it and show you next time how you salvage and fix these. The front cover is still really usable. I like the patterning on it. I like that it's a little worn and distressed. But leather doesn't hold up really well in severe heat, cold, or even any sort of severe weather like that. And, you know, these were made in mass. So don't throw it away. It's still usable. Don't be discouraged. And in a couple of, maybe when I get back, I'll show you guys a really cool way to just make an amazing journal using these covers that don't have any spine on them. So I'm the present. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. You know what? I just feel really fortunate. I feel really, really, really fortunate. So let me get a different book. And this is now I love these. You guys know that I love these. I have one somewhere around here. I have one around here that I've made pockets in. I made my accordion pockets in. It's an old Funk and Wagnall encyclopedia. I love them, okay? The 9 times out of 10, you can get somebody to give you a whole set for free. And most of the time at thrift stores, they are, you know, you can buy a lot of them for very little. So I like them a lot. I use some of the pages, depending upon what the brand of the encyclopedia is. Some of the pages are really thin, like onion skin. Like here's one I'm altering, and I'm going to make it an altered book, and I started making the accordions. The other one was just an accordion. This one is going to be a journal. So I started making the accordion in the back, and then I haven't started thinning out the pages in the front. But they also have some really cool stuff. So if you're a collage artist, you can get some really, really cool stuff out of them. So let's get one of those. So tell me what else you girls have been up to. I know I've just seen you just a few days ago, but you love that I see. Oh, you like all my YouTube videos? Thanks, Danina. If you guys want to not miss one of my live streams, while you're on my channel, look at that little bell right next to you. Click on that and click on the notification part, and you will be reminded, or you'll... Bye, Lisa. You have to go help your daughter unpack. Have a wonderful, blessed day, Lisa. Thanks for dropping by, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. So, again, I really love the images. Aren't those images beautiful in these old encyclopedias? Again, you want to take the fly leaf, and then I usually do the next 1 or 2 pages. Thanks for stopping by, Lisa. I'm not going to be on a really long time anyway. And you want to go ahead and cut right there, right where we did the other one as well. And you want to go slow, and you want to make sure that you're not cutting through the outside spine. So what's on your agenda this week, ladies? What are you making? The altered CD sounds fun. I haven't done that yet. One of my YouTube friends, Rose, she did some amazing altered CDs. So if you head over to her channel, it's called Create a Piece. She made the most beautiful. She made me some. I don't have them in front of me, but she made me some really nice CD. They look like they're stones. I mean, they actually look like they are stones. So can you guys see it? I don't know if you can even see it. It's starting to come away. You just want to go super, super, super slow, so you don't cut the spine. Bye, Lisa. Have a great day. I hope you have a great week. I'll see you in a couple weeks. I'll be back at the beginning of June, unless I can figure out how to stream from there. Haha. You're okay. Let me read. I'm sorry. You're working on 2 flow journals. Yay! Those are my favorite. Oh, you're swapping with Stacy. I love her. Oh my gosh, I love her. And you're in Stacy Belt says she is putting together your thrift store supply list to make a journal. Oh, great. Hi, Shelly. 2004. Welcome, welcome. Oh my gosh, you guys. If I told you guys my crazy, you know me and my I Love Lucy stories, right? My crazy, ridiculous stuff that always happens to me. Oh my gosh. Let me think of what happened to me yesterday. I was like, oh, I have to tell them when I talked to them on Friday before I got my note, before I knew I wasn't going to be here on Friday. But I've had so many craziness. I've had so much craziness. Can't even tell you. So this one is like coming apart, and it's not so easy, but you want to take a couple of passes at it and not try to dig into it. And pull the pages out as they are. Like, look at this. Look at the front. Isn't that great? I could just cut this off and use this piece as a really nice piece of ephemera. 3 girls in Stacy's group are swapping. Awesome. I love her. Whenever she's on, I try to watch. I may not always comment because I like to make along, but I love her. I love her energy. She just makes me laugh. I love her. I actually have a Stacy original. I got one of her journals. Where is it? If I can find it, I'll show you guys another time. If I can find it in front of me, if it's close by, I'll look for it in a minute. So just go back and forth a couple of times and go slow. Don't be in a hurry. That's when you mess it up. You've done 3 altered books and 2 altered magazines. Woohoo! That's awesome! Well, I liked her before she had her group. I thought she was awesome then. I think she's even more awesome now. And I love her live streams. She doesn't care. Like, she just rocks it out with her art. And I love that. Like, she's so supportive and encouraging. I really like her. Did anybody watch any of the people that we are... Aw, you're so sweet, Luana. Shannon Green walks too. Okay, Shannon Green, I have to say, I am totally fangirl of Shannon Green. I think Shannon Green, I love her. She makes me laugh, okay? There's so many people I love, but I love Shannon Green. Shannon Green, I think, like, I would be BFFs with Shannon Green if I could be. Oh, you're making your wait, let me read this. You're making your journal covers from frozen Asian food boxes? Sounds awesome! I'm in her group too. So I'm in her group, and I am Shelly Lynn in her group. Because that's my name. Shelly. And there's a million Shellys. Like, so I can relate, Shelly 2004. You have done the book journal also. Awesome! Yeah, Shannon Green rocks. Okay, so did anybody go over and watch, I'll tell you a couple of other people that I love a lot. Did anybody go over and watch Dee Dee Willingham? Did anybody go watch her after we talked about her last week? Well, she does live streams over on YouTube, over on Ustream, and she does them on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Sometimes Fridays, not every Friday. And I can't remember her name on Ustream, but if you go to her YouTube videos, it'll be in the description box. You guys have to go and watch her. Her name is Dee Dee Willingham. Dee Dee Willingham. She is awesome. Hi, crafty girl. You started your flowish? Awesome. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Deb. I have to tell you, I learned more painting techniques from Dee Dee Willingham, and her energy, can I tell you, I so enjoy her. Okay, she was on, this is how bad it is. Okay, I can admit it to you, because you're my peeps. This is in the privacy of my own little world. Nobody else will ever know about this. I got up at 4 o'clock this morning to watch Dee Dee Willingham because that's what time it's like she's on. I think at 10, what it is like 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 4 a.m. here, and I got up and watched her. I loved her. Okay, I love her, and I was like, oh, I'm awake. I'm gonna get me up and watch me some Dee Dee. I know, right? We're talking about the Stacy that we love. We love Stacy from Pink Poodle Crafts. Okay, Luana, can you get it? I'm safe. I'm safe. And you guys aren't going to tell me. That's a real fan. I love her. You guys will be her fan too. Go over and watch her. She is amazing. Okay? Okay, now last week I got up super early to watch Shannon Green too. Okay, remember she did her live stream on Saturday? I got up because she did it, what time? 11 o'clock her time, which was also 5 a.m. my time. Okay? It's Inkwell. Inkwell or Inkwell on Instagram. I'm not up on Instagram yet. I mean, I have an Instagram account, girls. I can't figure everything out. I try, but I can't. Okay? I'm working on it. I'm getting better. So, I was watching Dee Dee Willingham, and I love her. Okay, she was painting in this coloring book. Okay, I'm sure mine would not turn out as good. And she tried out these new Japanese watercolors today, which I have to tell you, afterwards I was like, thinking, I need those watercolors. Now, girls, I don't need another thing. I do not need another thing. But after watching Dee Dee, I need those watercolors. Okay? Of course, she makes it look easy, and I doubt that mine would come out as good as hers. But one can hope. one can hope. One can wish. One can hope. One can wish. Now, I don't know if this one's going to come out any better because all these books are really old. I told you guys that the lady at my, so I support a local book reseller. I live on an island, so everything that you have ends up in a landfill if you don't do something with it. And it's bad and it's sad, and I can't handle that. That part for me is like doesn't make me happy. And so I am happy when I can recycle things, and I have a friend, and she's my thrift store enabler. So, it's a used bookstore, and all the proceeds go to, and some of them are expensive books because some people collect really expensive books, and that's awesome. I, on the other hand, go get the really inexpensive ones, and I don't collect expensive books. So, because I know I'm just going to cut them up. What are you guys writing? You can't even. What are you writing, Robin? I don't even try to figure it out anymore. We just keep creating and crafting along in the universe of YouTube. But don't you love YouTube? I love YouTube. Dee Dee streamed for 6 hours today. Well, I had to do some stuff, girls. I had to get some projects finished, so I watched her really early, and then I finished my projects, and then I decided I was going to just come on because I promised I was going to do it on Friday, and I don't want everyone to think I'm a flake. And I can't be here on Friday, so I can be here with you guys now, and then hopefully if I can figure out how to do it from Bogota, I will. So if you hear my little puppy bark, it's because she is, she does not know about YouTube. Your library sells hardcover books super cheap. I've learned a lot on YouTube too, Robin. I have learned a ton of stuff on YouTube. You have it. It's Inkwell Livestream. Okay, you guys have to go over to Ustream, and you can log in using a Facebook log, and you can subscribe to her channel. Okay, and I would totally do it. Hang on one second, ladies. Hey, just so you know, I'm live streaming. So anyway, I didn't think he wanted to hear his yodeling. It's not very good, but he doesn't know that, so we won't tell him. He's talking to our dog. Anyway, you're fortunate where you live, Robin, that your local landfill is able to recoup land, recycle up to 70% of your trash. That's awesome. You know what? When you live on an island, you become so hyper aware of everything. Like sometimes I'll look at something I would like to buy for my home, or I need, and I won't buy it because the packaging, it's a whole thing for me. I try. I'm doing better though. You feel, oh, Stacy says she loves YouTube because she can feel crafty through other people when you don't have time. I totally agree. Okay, so that side came out good. I don't know if the other side's going to, because the last book it didn't, so we'll just go slow and we'll see what happens. I'm going to go past the flyleaf and the next page, and we'll see what goes on. So, yeah. You know what? I get it. And there's so many really good artists on YouTube. I love them. You know, it's like, I feel like I know everyone, even though I don't. I mean, but I feel like I do. So, you know, one of my very favorite artists on YouTube, I mean, I love Shannon, I love Dee Dee, I love Stacy, but one of my favorite, and you guys have to go check her channel out. She's so talented. She's an artist on YouTube, and her name is Diane Fago, F-A-G-O, or Packer Die, P-A-C-K-E-R-D-I. She is one of the most talented. Just go watch her. She will inspire you to, you cannot, and I just love, she does an index card a day, and she does all these different things. Now, she hasn't been live for a while, and she hasn't been making videos. Well, today, in my 4 a.m. Dee Dee Willingham stream, that I divulged that I got up that early to watch her, she showed up. And she used to be on there, and I was like, where are you? Why haven't you been on? And the conversation kind of turned to people not being really nice and supportive of her. So if you girls wouldn't mind doing me a big old favor, go right on over to her channel. Her name is Diane Fago, F-A-G-O, or Packer Die. Watch her art, and comment on her videos and tell her. I was writing her, if anybody was there at Dee Dee's stream this morning, I was like, we need you, Packer Die, we need you, come back. She's so talented. Wait till you see her stuff. It's awesome. And just show her some love. She's so sweet. Did anybody go over and watch Carla Caged Fish? She also does a Ustream live on Tuesdays. Did anybody go and watch her as well? She is awesome. She does these amazing collages, and she's just, her work I love too. And so I was over there yesterday. I have to tell you, I was working on my tag journal that if those of you that just came on, I'll show it to you again. I was working on my tag journal, and let's see if I can cut it from this side. I was working on my tag journal yesterday, and while she was collaging, and I love her work as well. Her name is Caged Fish. Her name is Carla, and she's awesome. So go over and show her some love too, because you know what, girls, we need each other. We really do. We need each other as like YouTube artists, but we also need each other as friends, and you know, like just showing each other some decency and love. You know. I know I said don't do it like this, but I'm doing it like this because it looked like it was coming apart on the other side. These spines, I don't know, can you see how old the book cloth is that's holding them together? It's just so, it's old. You just definitely have to be careful, because you don't, if you want to try and keep your cover intact, you don't want to cut it. So anyway, I love her too. I love Carla. There's so many people I like on YouTube. We do need each other. We need each other to encourage each other. And women need to support each other. Okay, now that one came out perfect. Okay, there you go. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but how I store mine is I gently store them like this in upright. I try not to smash this part down and put too much pressure on it, because they are old. And you know, the glue is what makes it brittle. So look at that nice blue book block I have there. So that's number 2. We need to support each other, period. You know, I think as women, we need to be the role models. You know, there's enough discouraging and hate in this world. We don't need to be keepers of that as well. So what else was I going to show you? I was going to show you guys, so for those of you that that live streamed with me the other day, here is the state of my tag journal for those of you that just joined me. And I'm loving how it's coming out. I haven't done anything to the cover but I'm going to. I haven't quite decided yet, but I did work on my tags, and I worked on my wire wrapping beads, and I worked on, like, I'll show you, let me take them out. I think some of them came out really good. Now, these are just the same book pages that I'm ripping out, right? And I painted on them. And then the back of it is either a brown paper bag, or it is, pasta boxes or cereal boxes. And then I made these journaling, I don't know which one I made my version of a fabric bead. And so that is what I made on some of them. And then some of them have just beads hanging off, and I haven't finished it. I don't quite know, like, I have a lot of stuff I want to do to it. I have a bunch of stuff in my head that I want to do to it, but I haven't. So this was a magazine page that I loved. It was a marketplace in India, and I just thought it was lovely. And the back of it is a brown paper bag that I glued onto it so that I can journal them. And this is going to be my gratitude journal, or as my daughter called it, a gratitag journal, my gratitag. And then I just wire wrapped a bead. I call it pigtailing. And I wire wrapped a bead, and then I made a little, I don't know if you can see it very well. Let me see. I made a leaf. Can you see it? Out of copper. Your head gets crowded with too many things to do. This journal, you guys have to go and watch my video. It's probably one of the easiest journals you'll ever make. It's so easy. So easy. It's just, this was my last live stream, and it was just so fast and simple and easy that, the journal itself, the tags I made were out of book pages that I jelly printed on, and, that sort of thing, and they're all a little bit different, and it was not a difficult journal to make at all. And I just tied it with fabric, and it's just so easy. And I think we need to support each other and love each other. And you know what, ladies? If it doesn't start with us, it's not going to start anywhere. And it has to start with us. We are the mothers. Like, you're a mother, you're a sister, you're a friend. You know what it feels like to be someone's child, and you remember that. And you know what it feels like when you're bullied or treated poorly. And we have to be caring and loving toward each other. Hi, Peachy Outlook. So go over to Diane's channel and show her some love, because she's a brilliant artist. And my world would be a little less dim. My world would be like more dim without her in it. She brings a light to my own creativity and my own ideas. And I appreciate her so much. There's so many that, without YouTube, I wouldn't even know her, right? And I love her. So if you feel the love, I'm not telling you go do it if you don't like her work, but, don't go and hate on somebody. My thing is, if you don't like somebody, change the channel. I mean, since when is it, that we show each other that we're not caring toward each other? So go over and show Packer Dye some love. And I'm going to tell you, you'll be so impressed by her work. She is an amazing artist. Amazing. So this is the state of my tag journal. I still have more things to do on it. I haven't quite decided what else, and I don't know what I'm going to do on the cover. I kind of envisioned, because I like the sort of grungy look of it, I kind of envisioned maybe painting on it or stenciling on it, like just a particular page, or a particular image, but it hasn't come to me yet. If it had, I would have already done it. So let me show you girls the other thing I'm working on, and I'll show you how to do it. Let me see if I can find the little journal, the little altered book that we were all working on. Let me see that we were going to work on Friday. Let me see if I can find the one that I had it right here, but of course I move all my stuff around. Has anybody worked in their junk mail journal? Has anybody worked in their junk mail journal yet? I love Gina Ahrens. I love her. Okay, Gina Ahrens. Okay, let me see. I love her. She's so positive and she's so inspiring too. I agree with you. Let's see. Do any of you watch Gina Ahrens? She has 3 others. Yes, they do. Yes, artfully documenting your life. Yes, I love them. Oh, go over and check her out. She's awesome. She is awesome. And she's inspiring and she tells it like it is, and I love her. I love her spirit. There's so many of you out there that I love, though. I love your work and I love what you're doing. So this was the journal we were going to work on Friday, and I had gotten a couple of other books the same size to work on. So if you guys want to start, please get yourself the book, and I'm going to just give you a little quick flip through, a quick eyeball of what I'm doing in mine, and then when I get back in a couple of weeks, we'll do a whole live stream on it. But you could start yours. You know, you could totally start. And oh, you've been doing your journaling. You did your junk mail journal, and you're doing your journaling by 5s. Awesome. I haven't. I figured we would do that on Friday. We would do step 3 and 4, and since I'm not going to be here, I guess we'll have to do it again another time. Yeah, I agree, Kristen. Like, you just have to be kind to each other. Like, if you don't have some... My mother taught me, I'm from the South, and my mother, first of all, she'd have backhanded me if I was rude to somebody. She would have knocked me off my chair. But, you know, my mother would always say, if you don't have something nice to say about somebody, keep your mouth shut. Like, or move on, you know? I agree with you, Kristen. So, the idea of this little altered journal that we're making together is they throw away, they may not throw these away where you are, but they throw them away where I am. Okay? And these are just like those Who Moved My Cheese, 1 Minute Money Manager type books, and there are not a lot of pages in it. And that's what also this book was too. And this one I painted. This one was a Who Moved My Cheese as well. Okay, so this one I use as my roll-off journal, right? So I have it sitting next to me, and whenever I dye, alcohol ink or whatever, and I have a little left over on my stencil, I put the stencil in here, I shut the page. I use my painting roll-offs. If I have paint sitting around, if I want to try a stamp, I just put it all in here. Awesome, crafty girl. I love all of those ladies too, and they're really positive role models for all of us. I agree with you 100%. So I advise you, if you girls are into jelly printing or into stenciling, or if you paint anything anytime, to get yourself a roll-off book. And Southern ladies rock. They totally rock. I totally agree. Oh, Luana, I know all about that. I'm from Texas, so we have all those types of stories in our past too. So like this was one I was working on. I was actually working on, I think, one of these type of books where I was I was faux finishing the cover on this, and I had all this extra green paint left. So I had a stencil out, and I just used it up on the page. And I didn't bother to, and some of them I went back and I whited out, and some of them I didn't. So you made your own jelly plate. Awesome. So this I may turn into a collage book. I'm kind of liking how it's turning out right now. You know, I like the way it's looking. I like what I'm doing here. I like the colors. And then none of them match because it's not from one sitting. You know, so it's like whatever you're doing at the time, just go for it. There's no rules to it, right? So I'm thinking I might make it a collage journal. I don't know. I haven't quite decided. The kind of cool thing is if you use alcohol inks, you could still write over them. Like, and if you're going to use acrylic, cheap acrylic paint like me, you definitely need to get like some sort of a gel pen or something like that. It'll work on this. Okay, it totally works on this. And I made some pockets in the back. Okay, so this is one of my roll-off books. So I made a book for one of my kids, and I didn't get it back from her. I told her I would try, but I didn't see her to get it back from her. Where I took this same type book, and I painted the cover, and I put a closure on it, so it looked really fancy, and I put pockets in it. And what I did was I slit the pages, and I started putting paper in it. So this is what we're going to work on Friday, and giving you guys a little sneak peek. And since I'm not going to be here this Friday, we'll work on it when I get back. But you could start your own, you know? You could start your own. So, and I haven't painted the cover yet. I'm going to. Just hadn't decided what color, and I thought I'd do it with you. So I saved a couple of these books to make, and I did go ahead and make the accordion pockets in the back. So I will definitely make this book with you guys again, and when I get back. But I just wanted to give you a little sneak peek. I don't have all the paper in it. I just got really inexpensive kids drawing paper for the inside here. But you could use anything. This is the least expensive way you can make yourself your own journal. You can buy a really nice package of kids. Or, the other thing is like, see how we did, I don't know what I did with the book block that I had, but you see the fly leaf that's in the front of the book? The fly leaf, maybe not in this, but yes. See these pages right here, the fly leaf? They make the paper quality on most fly leaves, which is the page right next to the spine, is excellent. So you can use those for painting and writing and in a journal. So save your fly leaves when you're gutting your books. I have a basket of them, like a little container of my fly leaves. Save your fly leaves, and you can put those in your journal too. So sometimes I get these questions from people that say, like, everything is so expensive, or I don't have the budget, or, okay, so this is all I can say to you. I spent $1.89 on a package of kids drawing paper at a big box store, and I'm sure on where you guys are, you can get them even less expensive. This book was free. I've only used, I don't know, maybe I'll use 30 of the 100, maybe I'll use, I don't know how many pages are in the book, probably 100, maybe 200 pages. So maybe I'll use, I cut them in half, so I've used so far 15 pages. So all I can say is you can make yourself a custom journal, right? For nothing. You figure it out. 15 pages, so I don't have my calculator, but say $2 divided by, what is it? By 100. So basically for like 30 cents, 50 cents, you've made yourself a really cool sketchbook. And, I'm going to paint the cover. I'm going to put a button closure on it. I'm going to add some embellishments. So you're talking about, making yourself a really nice custom, exactly like you want it. You could even use your scrap watercolor paper. You could use your scrap papers that you don't have a lot of, and put them inside your sketchbook. So these are great gifts. I made a couple for my daughter. I made her friends some, and every single one of them has used them. So that's why I wanted you guys to see the one she's used. So these are the other books that I got to use to make it. Now this one is called, I liked the red cover on this one. I may just cover the spine so it doesn't say Leadership in 1 Minute Money Manager, 1 Minute Manager. I'm going to use I'm going to cover the spine of it. I may keep the red because I like it. Okay, what do you guys ready? Let's see. Go over and check out her jelly plate recipe. There's a lot of them. I think the Frugal Crafter has one. There's a lot of people that make them. So if you go onto your YouTube search bar, you can put homemade DIY jelly plate, and you'll find a bunch of really cool recipes. So I think it's cool, and you're right, you can reuse it again and again and again, and I think that's great. So you guys collect one of these books or two of them, and no time like the present to start your Christmas presents. No time, or birthday presents or holiday gifts or whatever you guys spend your time thinking about in the future. As far as like, make along with me and you'll have it ready. You could also make a really cool recipe book this way too. You could also make a really cool, save your recipes, do that little pocket in the back. Wouldn't this be like a really cute recipe book? If you put all your favorite recipes, accordion filed it in the back, cut out some of the pages, glued some of them on, wrote some kind of cool things, left some blank, put yourself a little button on it, some elastic, and It's awesome. Like, you've given somebody a piece of you, and it costs you so very little. So, sorry if it gets loud here, ladies. My partner is gardening today. It has been raining so much our yard looks like a crazy jungle. So you got 3 models. You got 3 models of glycerin and gelatin, and you haven't made it yet. So do it. You need to learn the pockets in the back. It is so easy. I can show you. Let me see. I could do it on this one, and then I won't keep you girls much longer. I'll show you how to make the pockets. Does anybody else want to know how to make the pockets? Anyone else? Speak up or forever hold your peace. The pockets are so easy. They're so easy. Let me move mine. Did anybody work in their junk mail journal? I'm loving my junk mail journal. In fact, I like it so much. I was thinking I might take this with me to Bogota, but maybe I should take a blank book instead, or maybe I should take something to make a flowish with. You know, maybe I should make a flowish before I go and take that with me instead. But I like this junk mail. I'm like in love with the junk mail book. Okay, let me show you girls really quick how to make the pockets in the back. The other thing is save your book pages, save your book pages, save your book pages, save your book pages. So, yes, let's see the pocket. Okay, let me clean off I have like all these books stacked up on me. So I know I told you guys that starting the next time I had my live stream that I would put the project that I made on the live stream in my Etsy shop. Girls, I don't have time to do it before I go, and besides which, I'll have to do something. But if you guys head over there, I have a couple of cool things going on. I'm doing some grab bags, and that's gonna have it'll have some handmade items that I've made. It'll have cool vintage papers. Somebody just gave me a huge amount of beautiful Life magazines from the 40s and the 50s, so I'm going to put pages of that in there. You won't be disappointed. So if you guys head on over there at any point in time, I appreciate your support, and it's a cool way to see, like, as my daughter said, I can let go of some things and feel like they get a good home instead of having to feel like I keep them all. So if you've made one with me before, you know, I like to keep the back couple of pages free, primarily because if I want to glue them down to something, I can. Let me see if I can find one that I've done over here where I've left them free. Yeah, like here's one that I started. Yes, I got some really cool ones. I have ones with Princess Grace on them, and anyway. Liz, I'm telling you, it's an awesome idea for your grandkids. If you made them something that they could add their feelings and pieces into, and you can too. And I'm telling you, the altered book is so simple. If you hang out with me, I'm going to have some little tiny videos on. I won't be live streaming for another couple weeks after today because I won't be back home until then. But when I get back, I will, oh, congratulations. I'm not a grandma yet, but I hope not too far in the distant future. In the next 5 years, I'm hoping. But we won't put any pressure on my daughter. She's sitting here and she's giving me this look like, what are you talking about? Anyway, so I leave a couple pages in the back. And that's because if I want to glue them down, or if I decide I want to add something else to it, or if I want, you know me, I'm always like upcycling and recycling and doing it again. So if I wanted to add a flap over it, I could. So let's do it with this little tiny 1 minute money manager style book that we're going to alter anyway. So leave leave 3 pages. That's just the random number of 3. Leave those pages, and you're not going to use those. You're going to leave, no pressure, right? She's sitting right here. If you guys could see the look she's giving me, you would be like, oh my gosh. Okay, so then you're going to keep 2 pages. So you have 3 pages here. You're going to glue 2 pages together. Okay, and let me see if I have a glue stick. That would be helpful. I have glue sticks, but none of them have any glue in them. Back to my glue stick. So you're going to glue 2 pages, the next 2 pages together. Just making sure, if you can use a permanent glue stick, do it. If you don't have it, it's not the end of the world. You can use school glue, you know, those invisible, you know what I mean, the cheap ones. I save the cheap ones for magazines, and I use the permanent ones for my books, but it doesn't really matter. Whatever you have. Just don't use a wet glue because it will buckle your pages. And that kind of, I don't know. For some things it's fine, but for this one, I like a glue stick. Okay, and then you're going to glue that page toward it. Okay, and I don't have a burnisher, of course, with me, in front of me, because that would just make my life too prepared. So I have a pair of scissors. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tear out the next 2 pages. Now, you don't have to tear them out. You can just cut them, and that's all I'm going to do. And sometimes, let's see, I think I moved all my stuff from the other day when I was, seriously. You know, do you girls ever, like, you're like, oh, I'm going to just put everything away, or I'm going to put that back, and then you need it, like, the very next time. This is a kitchen mat, a kitchen, what do you call it, cutting board, one of those little tiny kitchen cutting, those really thin, this one's not so small, I have one smaller, but a thin cutting board. I'm going to go ahead and use my craft knife, my mat knife, and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to leave maybe ½ inch. You could use a pair of scissors. This is 2 pages, and no bone folder. I know. I don't have a bone folder. I do have one, you guys. I do have proper stuff. I just don't have it in front of me. I love the light is better in the other room, and I like to craft in there. So I just have, like, I have my stuff everywhere. I'm not going to lie. I have it in my room. Then sometimes I craft outside. Do you guys ever try and craft outside? It's always nice here, so I can, unless it's raining. Okay, so then you're going to count 2 more pages, and you're going to go to the end of the 2 pages that you just counted, the next 2, and you're going to put glue on that page. And you're going to glue this down. Now, if you wanted to get really fancy, you could glue these pages over. I'm not feeling it right now, but you can. Like I have in the past, glued them onto themselves, or taken one page and glued it over, but it's not really going to matter. Okay, so these are your 2 pages that you are going to start your accordion with. Now, you want to save the pages that you took out of your book because you're going to need them. Okay, so you've got those 2, and they needs to be mashed down. You're not going to see the bits that you cut off. You can tear them out if it really bothers you. You can cut them thinner. You can cut them closer down. You could even cut them longer and glue them over. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. What you want to do is go to the next 3 pages. And you're going to cut those out the same way you did the other ones, with your craft knife and your, I can't read what you girls are writing, with your craft knife and your cutting board. And then you're going to go count 2 more pages, and you're going to glue, put your glue here. You guys, have so much stuff on my table, I can't even find my glue. That's not my little dog barking, that's our neighbor's dogs barking. It sounds like there's some sort of a fire or something, a fire engine. The dogs are like, my little dog, meanwhile, is sitting here looking, going, what is all the ruckus about? Why are they all barking? Okay, and you want to go ahead and, yes, it's windy here sometimes too, but I like to paint my paper outside. I like to paint paper. I like to do that sort of thing outside. Do you guys ever do that? You're going to watch it and play it and craft back with me. You can watch it. I've made it a few times, and they're in other videos, so another video might interest you a little bit more. Okay, so right now this gives us 2 pockets. We could do, that gives us 2 pockets, and then that gives me, let me see, how many pages do I have in here? They say that it's 85. Can I tell you, it's not. It's like, I think they start like on page, it's ridiculous. Have you ever noticed, like, they start on page 11, okay? So it's not 85, okay? So depending upon how many pockets you want in your accordion folder, I think 2 is good for right now. I could always add another one at a later time. Okay, so the next step is you want to take the pages that you've cut out of the book, and you want to fold them, and you want to fold them in half. They don't have to be perfect or straight. I'm going to fold them in half, and you want to glue that half on top of itself to make it strong. Okay? And use your scissors as your burnisher. And you're going to have that. So let's just do it 2 times. So ladies, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm excited about my trip. My mama's ready to go. And I'm excited to be going to visit my friend and to do all those fun things and to see all. If you guys have never traveled to Bogota, it's a beautiful place. And the people are amazing. They're very kind. Very, very, very kind. Very loving. Very amazing. Okay, so we have, and the food's amazing too. Okay, so we have 2 of these in here. 2 pieces, okay? So then I'm going to fold it onto itself. And then I'm going to fold it back. Doesn't have to be perfect, ladies. Don't get all caught up in it. It always works out no matter what. I guess if it's super wonky, it won't, but... Okay, so you have an M or a W, and do the other piece the same way. Yes, you can use any paper on this, but I'm all for, like, let's just use it. And you can paint them. Some of them I've made, I don't know where they are, but some of them I've made, they have painted papers. They have really cool, like I've, gone on and jelly printed on the pages before I put them in the back of the book. Okay? So there's the 2 pieces. You're going to need 4 of them to make 2 pockets, but I'm just going to do the quick version. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go to this page. Now you can make a decision. You can glue it on the outside like this, or you can glue it on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and glue it on the inside. Oh, I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to glue it on the inside or glue it on the outside. My perfectionist nature takes over sometimes, even when it doesn't need to, and even when it is, even when it's not necessary. I think I'm going to, glue them on the inside. It doesn't really matter, girls. You can glue them, if you glue them on the outside, you can wrap another piece around, but I didn't really make provisions for it in the middle one, so just want to make sure that they're going the same direction when you put them inside your book, okay? So you want to put your glue on one side of your M or W, depending upon which way you're looking at it, and do it exactly the same way on the piece next to it. On the opposite end. So you have this going on here. Sorry guys, somebody has an alarm going off. And so there you go, like this. And then you, it's as simple as it gets, girls. You just want to let it dry, so you might want to have a couple of paper clips if you want to let them dry until they totally dry. That's as simple as it gets, and then you do the same thing to the page in front of it. I did make a video, I've done this a few times. I did it in a magazine live stream. What, I gotta calm myself? What are you guys talking about? I am missing all of it. Oh, thanks, Luana. Thank you. I'm excited. I'm so excited to go. I can't even tell you how excited I am. I'm excited to see my friends. I'm excited for all of it. So I'll do the other 2. And then you girls feel free to It is so easy, Catherine. It is so easy. It is so easy. You can make it a little fancier. I've done ones where you hide the seam, but can I tell you, it doesn't really matter. It comes out great no matter what you do. You could sew them if you wanted to. I haven't done that, but I like the looks of threads hanging out. So if you wanted to do that, you could do that too. The key is you've got to do both of them at the same time, like both sides at the same time. So you don't want to just do one side and then come back later on and do it. Just finish it up so that it works out. It's so easy, and it's like anybody can do it. It's not, you don't even have to think about it. It's like so easy. These would be really fun. What's kind of fun about this type of book is you can add, the one I made my daughter, I added just some fun goodies in it. Like I put like pictures and stuff in it of her when she was little, just things that I thought she would find fun, and she really enjoyed the gift. I'm sorry about my neighbor's dogs. They just, it's so funny. They know that I'm live streaming. That's really what it is. It's a conspiracy. I will make one sewn and I'll show you. I've sewn pockets and different things like that, but I just don't, I like the looks of the thread. So if you were going to sew your pages, you could sew like the pages that you're folding together. You couldn't sew it actually into the book, but you could sew the pages and then the fringes would hang out. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? It was a cool gift, I like, and you could even make it for a friend. Think about making this for somebody that you think, oh, I really like them. They're such a cool person, and I want to give them something, but I don't want to like make it too crazy, especially if they're not into journaling or junk journaling and they don't know anything about it. They'd be like, what is this stuff, right? So, but you can give your friend a gift, handmade gift like this. Everybody likes something handmade. And what's really cool is I keep a big one in my car, and I put mailing supplies in it. Mine has like a pair of kids' scissors in it. It has some washi tape. It has some tags, and it has like some regular tape in there too, and some stamps. And I keep my. So what you mean is I can leave that in the back of my book before I cut it out. Okay, well, I'm sorry, I'm not reading correctly. Yes, it does make sense. Okay. So what you mean, so Danina's asking, so what you mean is I can leave it in the back of my book before I cut it, or cut it and then leave that in the back of my signatures. You can, I've done it a couple of different ways. I have, what I'm doing with my sketchbook is I don't cut all the pages out. You could, the other thing is you could make this into part of your signature. You could absolutely. I have one. I don't have it in front of me, ladies. I have one where I've cut out part of it, and then the back part of it I've used it. I've glued like, what kind of papers? Painted papers. I've glued painted papers in it. And, sorry, I'm having my perfectionist moment. Not that it needs to be, because it's not going to be 100%. You're not going to be able to get it 100% flush, just because as you glue your pages together, they take on an angle. It's not bad, but if you're like thinking you're going to get it 100% perfect, it just isn't going to work. You know what, Danina? If you come back in a couple of weeks, I will find all the ones that I've done, which I've done quite a few, and I will show you, and you can see all the variations that I've done. Now, that doesn't mean that your variation can't be different, and that doesn't mean that you won't come up with a better way than I did, okay? I am firmly convinced that there is more than one way, and there's no one right way. Does that make sense? Okay, ladies, there's 2 pockets. Now, the rest of the book is ready for me to go ahead and work on or alter or whatever I'm going to do. Luana, good question for your flow. Journal too. Thanks for asking, Danina. So, the gears are turning in my head. You know what? You can do anything, okay? Let me just show you. I always say this and then I don't have my stuff. Okay, so here is one that I've made from a magazine. Okay. Now I did sew. Look what I sewed. I sewed, can you see? I sewed the paper together. So I made one long accordion, one long fold, and I sewed it together. Okay, can you see it? I don't even know if you guys can see it or not, and I can't move enough to, yeah, okay, now I can see. So do you see? Now this is a fun way to like keep all your, I have like book pages and stuff in here. I use all my stuff. So this is just from a magazine. So you can do it any way you want to do it. There's no right or wrong. So you can put it in a magazine, you can put it in a, you can put it in a book, you can do it any old way. Well, my lovely friends, yes, it could be a signature. You're absolutely right, Dana. No, there's no rules. Unless you're in a swap with in a group where they're like very, like one of the viewers here, one of our YouTube friends here, she made her Flowish journal, and she, instead of giving the person like a journal, she made one of these, and she filled the pockets with all kinds of stuff. And she sent it to her person. And her person was thrilled. Thrilled, thrilled, thrilled. So, there's no rules. You make your own rules. You do it your way. Well, ladies, I am going to bid you all aloha and give you all a big hug. And I have to go finish getting ready before I need to leave really soon. And as always, 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 from my heart to your heart, I'm sending you so, so, so much aloha. Always. So if you want to catch up on my next live stream, make sure you go and click that little bell. And thanks. I hope I'm going to have a great time. Thank you, ladies, for your support. And thank you guys for hanging out with me, for being my peeps, for keeping my secrets. Go show my friend Packer Dye some love, because I really need her videos, okay? Everybody hit a thumbs up. That would be so great. And come back and make a comment. And I'm sending you guys so many crafty, creative thoughts. I'm going to have some little short mini videos for you guys while I'm gone. And anyway, I can't wait to see you guys back here in 2 weeks so we can all make along and have a wonderful, wonderful, crafty, crafty vacation. Anyway, big hugs. Big, 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 huge hugs. Okay, until next time.